No, he's such a hipster fan of Slender that he played it a full 3 years before it came out.
Yeah, that's how so much Alex is the indie filmmaker. That's how much of an indie filmmaker he is.
He's like, Alex is acting like a normal human being in this video.
I don't know. He'll move. Let's go ahead and get the shot. It's so hot.
It's fine, that strange man in a suit, he'll move eventually, I'm sure.
If we just ask him politely.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Excuse me, sir, do you fuck with the wall? Do you fornicate with the battlements, sir?
So we are clearly trying to film an independent feature here. So yeah, you're gonna go this way.
Yeah, there he is.
Hope he's not angry at us.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of people also see him in this one, and you just never hear about him again. Like, what?
Yeah, I love how they, at one point, they, basically imply, maybe we're on his property? It's like, this is a park, though.
Yeah. So the one thing I was kind of torn on with Clear Lakes 44 is when they brought this exact image back, and I think in the bottom it will say regards.
Oh, that's a little too obvious.
And it was very clear, it was that said regards or something like that. They definitely brought back regards. Clear Lakes 44 was To the Ark is back. They even did that in ECVA. They're doing that in ECVA right now.
Yeah.
With the Ark listener 12 or something.
Yeah,
But that's a much more subtle reference.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Troy. It's Jay. Okay, bye Jay. We will never see you again. Except he's the main character.
Except that he's the main character.
Actually, arguably, Tim's more the main character than Jay is.
Yeah. Looks like someone is a big fan of Xbox.
Oh, man. Since this was filmed in 2006, the Xbox 360 just came out.
Yeah, it was out for a year.
It's man, I love the 360. This was where I was there's no way he's got no face. There's no way he's got no face. And my friend was like, Keegan, he doesn't have a face. That's the whole point. Nah, he's got a face. Just we haven't seen it very clearly. And then he just pokes his head around. And yeah, no, I was like, oh, he actually does have a face. What do you know?
Alright, I'm back. Red urine is normal, right?
Hmm?
Red urine is normal?
Well, I mean...
the basic, because,
is there a reason?
If I drank something that had a lot of red in it, naturally my urine would come out red, right?
Yeah. Did it hurt when you peed?
A little.
A scale of 1 to 10. 10 being, unbearable.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, 10.
Yeah, 10.
Okay. That's normal. That's fine. That's
okay.
fine.
I shouldn't get that checked out?
Nah. Go to the Mediclinic. Just any old Mediclinic will do. No need to go to the doctor. Doctors don't know shit. I'm just joking about that. Doctors know a lot of things. Please go to the doctor if it burns when you pee. This has been a PSA.
If your urine has turned red,
that's no good.
And also edited.
Now I get recommended videos of Sonic in my YouTube playlist.
Also edited in the video where he talked about children getting touched by
Look, no, this is...
Oh, God!
Hand.
That's no good.
It's the slant... No, it's the operator.
It's not the operator. I think this was actually supposed to be the Ark, to the Ark. Maskey.
Really?
I think so.
But he's tall, and his head is round.
I guess.
And also, he's got a weird gait to him. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the operator.
I never really figured it out. It was never really clear.
I know Tim claimed that the way that they did the operator was that it was a miniature, but then there are shots where he's clearly walking.
Yeah.
And there's the only way he could have done that is if it was a guy in a suit. I'm pretty sure that was the operator.
I don't know. Okay, anyone who wants to... Tim, Joseph, Troy, you want to tell us what that...
Noah.
No one wants to talk about Noah. Noah who? Tribe 12 Noah? He would definitely not know how this was done. He's in charge of Tribe 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Noah. Anyways, no, I'm sure Tim and Troy have been asked, like, how did you do this effect? I'm sure it's out there somewhere on the internet if we just look.
Yeah.
I need to find out where Alex has gone.
The awkward thing though is that
That stare?
well, no, the blood as well as that S is all tied to like an abandoned plot point that they just didn't go with
Really?
because it was meant to. The fact that he was bleeding from forehead like that was meant to represent like the crown of thorns and like Christ and stigmata, which is like the wounds of the like stigmata. I think stands for the wounds of Christ or some shit like that.
Are you shitting me right now?
I'm not shitting you. It's even in the Night Minds Explained video.
Jesus.
And they've even admitted in like interviews like, yeah, we just kind of abandoned that plot point and it also tied into the idea that Jay would also get his own mask personality.
Yeah, I knew that.
Scully?
Oh, yeah, Scully.
Not to be confused with Scully from the X-Files.
Yeah. If you listen closely, you can actually see this is behind-the-scenes footage of late THAC meetings of Tim being screwed over by Troy.
Locations or something. I think I remember a couple of them right here, but
Like he's I'd love if he accidentally got a paper cut.
yeah, I mean, after
Ah, shit!
Ow, ow, ow!
No, keep it in.
it seemed like after a while, it got to the point where
Waving
I like
his camera
the waving his camera around. Sounds like if you went crazy,
If
we'll
I
film
went
something.
crazy.
We need to do it again.
You brought your dog!
from Brian either. Okay, not for quite a while. So you wouldn't know what might have caused Alex to move away.
No.
I don't.
I have no idea.
I have no clue what's even going on. Well, actually, no. Hang on.
It's front yard or something.
I think at this point, when this was filmed in the story, pretty sure at this point, he was like experiencing some shit.
No, he was experiencing some shit. Like he was, he had been masky for a while before this point, but then Alex moved away, and then everything kind of normalized for about 3 years.
And then this is what set him off again.
And this is what set it off. No, what the Marble Hornet stuff set. All the previous reactions set it off because THAC started making videos.
Oh, right.
But this kind of probably like seriously exacerbated.
He's like, that was like a weird interview. Oh, and well, no, and
Can
then
you imagine,
probably
like, your alternate personality has been quiet for 3 years, and then all of a sudden it starts acting up again. Like, that would be terrifying.
well, like in that one entry, he's like, imagine holding out a job, and then you call and they're like, sorry, we had to fire you because you haven't showed up for weeks. That's scary. That's scary to think that.
You know what's more scary? I remember in my first year psychology class, we were talking about alternate personalities and split personalities, split identities, and how like you had, and the professor was talking, and he was a psychiatrist and psychologist. So he knew what he was talking about. He wasn't just talking shit out of his ass. He knew what he was talking about. He was like, so what you gotta do is you gotta try and get all the personalities to kind of come together and form one identity, because it usually happens during a trauma.
Yep.
And I raised my hand and I went, okay, but how do you know which identity is the real identity, like the primary identity? And my professor looked me dead in the eyes and said, you don't. I just went, so you have to guess? You just have to guess and hope for the best. You didn't choose the suicidal or the manic.
Or at the very least, there's a very good chance you'll be wrong, but at the very least, pick a personality that's not crazy.
That's like functional, that can like...
That reminds me of...
Yeah, he's like, you don't know, you have to talk to the family members, you have to ask them questions about, hey, what was this person like before the trauma? What did they do? Who were they? And then, based on that information, deduce who the primary personality was before their mind fractured.
You know what that reminds me of? Have you ever seen the movie Identity?
I've not.
It's like an early 2000s film about, well, this goes into spoiler stuff, so if you haven't seen Identity, just like skip 5 minutes ahead or something. But yeah, no, like part of that film is like trying to get the right identity into like this guy's brain who suffers from multiple personality disorder.
Huh. Yeah.
And the reason I say spoiler is because that's not known.
Oh, okay. Like the surprise is that he's been
Yeah.
suffering from multiple personality disorder the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I've spoiled it too much, so if you were to see, you would probably still not quite get. Yeah, whatever.
I also like, okay, back to Marble Hornets. I do enjoy how this takes a break from the flashback cassette tapes, and
Yeah.
it's now
And this is
now Jay's adventure
an investigation.
investigations. Like now he's actually taking
It's also
agencies deciding to do something.
It's also fun after watching this after seeing the bloopers and knowing that Joseph is in this house right now. Because I remember one of the bloopers was that the door was the screen door was already open, and he's like, "No, no, the screen door is already open," and then you can hear Joseph in the distance house going, "Ah!" And I guess that makes sense for Joseph to already be in the house because somebody needs to make the weird noises.
Someone needs to make the weird noises and film the To the Ark video, and this was like Joseph and Troy's project before Tim got involved.
Yeah.
In season 2.
I think going back to what set off Tim, I think after getting interviewed by Jay, it's very likely that Tim probably thought to himself, you know what, I haven't seen Brian in a while. I'm going to go over to his house and see how he's doing.
And then
and then probably while he was there, To the Ark.
An episode, Maskey came out.
Yeah. Because as we all know, To the Ark was neither Maskey nor Hoodie. He was just...
To the Ark was just the name of the channel that Hoodie and Maskey shared.
But like it's also been heavily theorized, and it's pretty convincing that there was a third person that just was never revealed.
Yeah, well, that it could have been. I was hoping it could have been Jessica in season 2. Plus, even Jay hints that there are multiple. He's like, seems like these videos are made by different people. I'm like, yeah. There was Hoodie and then there was Maskey, but
because like Nightminds went into detail of the stylings of the To the Ark videos and like how they were almost kind of color coordinated. Like Maskey's videos were primarily in black and white, and Hoodie's was
Hoodie's was kind of like digital. Like the font was like an old VCR font.
Yeah, kind of. And then the reason why he thought there was 3 people and To the Ark was a separate entity was because there were also a few videos that had a red color scheme to them that felt completely, tonally different from the rest of the To the Ark video. So his theory was like those were made up by the third unknown member of To the Ark, who may have been the original.
Who may have been the original, who may have even been Jay.
Yeah.
But then they dropped that plot.
They dropped the Scully Stigmata plotline.
Which was like, honestly, I can't really blame them.
Well, yeah, because like the big problem is that this was originally only supposed to be 1 season. They wrote it as 1 season, so naturally they had to drop some
ideas.
Some ideas from.
It was only when they got so much success and attention.
They're like, can we stretch this out? Oh no. And then this is roughly the point when
Joseph is behind
filming
filming Troy on the floor.
Yeah.